Hey everybody, how's it going? Man, I hope you're doing great. Guys, it's Florida. It's early in the morning. It's been hot. The last 2 weeks it's been pretty brutal, but that's Florida for you. Guys, we got the hood back from the body shop. It's ready to go on the car. It's primed and ready to paint. We got another little project here with the 04 GT right there. I'm gonna show you what we got going on with the driver's door, and there's been some issues with the glasses in these doors, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, and I'll show you what I did to resolve the problem. So guys, like I said in my previous video on doing work to this car, the previous owner hit a deer. He was able to find a color matched fender, but this door has a pretty good significant dent in it. And it's really unfortunate because it's where the dent is. It's right in this body line crease. And the same body man that done my door, he looked at it and he told me, he's like, hey, you know, I can certainly fix it. We can make it look good. There will be some body filler in it. And he said, I really just hate having body filler in doors because doors are being opened and shut and slammed all the time. And I agreed with him. I already was kind of figuring on replacing this door. Even though this is the factory door, I knew there'd be a little bit of body filler in there. I knew that dent in that body crease right there was kind of a big deal. So what I opted to do is I went back to GM Salvage in Valdosta and I bought a donor door. And the door is in really good shape, but it did have a few other little issues. Now it's maroon, it's out here now. I'm preparing to sand it. I've bought the dark gray Ford paint. We're going to paint this door where it will match the same color as the car, so when you open the door it won't look weird. Someone had installed a window motor in this car. You can see all the markings, and the bad thing about it is they put the wrong window motor in here. They put a window motor for the passenger side, and the reason I know that, I had difficulty getting it out, and the actual winding motor part, it was up this way, and you could see where the window was rubbing on it. The other problem that it had, and this is a very common problem with the 99 04 Mustangs, this bracket right here had, the window and bracket had separated. The window was no longer adhesed into this bracket, so you could just pull the window out. From what my research is online, the problem is you've got your window, your other mechanisms up here, because this door is long and this bracket actually has room. There is one little old rivet right there. This thing is actually, it can pivot like this. And because this thing is so long, it actually pulls so hard on that window. There's no real support there, and it eventually pulls this bracket off the window. So LMR makes a bracket that goes along here to stop that. If you are interested, I'll put the description link to the description in it, and a picture as well as what it looks like. I wasn't able to film it, sadly. I wanted to film this process, but I called my glass guy after looking all over the internet and everyone talking about using Gorilla Glue, adhesive, all kind of stuff. Most people was like, it didn't last within a couple days. I mean, I really went over the internet pretty good. So I called my glass guy and I said, hey, what can we do here? Is there any way? He said, no, there is. That's not a problem. That is not a problem. He said, what the problem is people don't use, there's a special epoxy, a primer that has to be applied to the glass and the bracket. He said that epoxy primer is a huge deal in that. So I asked him, I said, hey, could you come by? And he said, sure. He was very late coming back from the next county over. We had some rainstorms last night, which delayed him. It was after 9 o'clock. I can't say enough. I appreciate him so much for coming by. He come a little out of his way on his way home. He said it wouldn't take 20 minutes, didn't take 10 minutes. He cleaned inside the track. He cleaned the window. He cleaned it up very good, scraped it with a razor, wire brushed out the track, cleaned it, and then he applied that primer, that epoxy primer on both sides of the glass and inside that track. Now what you see smeared around there, that's the adhesive. He really gooped it up because he wanted to make sure that he had the primer on the adhesive on both sides in that track. You're not going to see that, and I'm like, hey, the more the better, goop it up. But he come by, he glued it in, and I just put this wire tie on there just to kind of hold the glass inside, just to make me feel better about it. Some people wrap a wire tie around here in this bracket for support. Some people put wire. Like I say, LMR builds a bar. It's a bracket that runs across that you can put in. But he guaranteed me, he said, that's never coming back out again. He said, leave it for 2 days. Don't mess with it. He said, but that's not coming back out. Even with the poor design of this bracket being under so much pressure from the just the way it's designed, he said, that's not coming back out. You're not gonna have to worry about that. 20 bucks, guys. I don't know what your glass company would charge you, but the reason I'm making this video is because I seen a ton of people talking about, and here's some of the old adhesive that he cut out. This looks just like clear silicone to me, but that's some of what he cut out of the original track. But he told me, you're not gonna have any more problem with that no more. But I still may brace it. I may do the wire trick like some people, wrap the wire around that brace like I've got that. I don't know, but he told me you're not gonna have to worry about that again. And the reason I'm doing this video is because so many people on the internet had so many different ideas. So many of them didn't work. Maybe you know of a different idea that worked, but I just seen so much. This is a pretty common problem, and I wanted to share this video so you guys would know that there's other options. And he explained that that epoxy primer is huge in this repair. So I wanted to share it with you. I'm getting ready to start sanding down and getting this door, because this car is getting ready to go to the paint shop. We're getting closer. We got the hood back. I've got a brand new bumper cover coming from National Parts Depot, as well as that fender is going to be replaced because it has so many coats of paint on it already. I just don't want to take the time to sand all those coats of paints off. I just rather just put a new fender on it. 100 bucks, you can't beat it. National Parts Depot. All right, guys, I just wanted to throw that little video on there, this short video. Hopefully you Mustang owners that are facing this problem, hopefully this helps you. Maybe that epoxy primer is something that you can buy over the counter. But he did tell me last night that a lot of the stuff that they claim at these parts houses for fixes like that, they just aren't as good as most of what your industrial glass companies have. That's what he said. You have to take that. He hasn't led me wrong so far, so I trust him. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful. I hope everybody's doing great. If you're in this heat, take care, stay hydrated, because it has been brutal out here. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Definitely thank you for subscribing. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I can't wait to see you in the next video.